Hey all, welcome back to the Weekly Undertaking. My name is Alex, and I'm here alone. Mike is running late, so I thought I'd punish him a little bit by recording the first minute of this episode by myself. Sure taught him a lesson by making him record less dialogue for you. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't. I mean, I'm already doing it, so, why not? Cool. I'm already out of things to say. This is much easier with two people. So how was your day? Oh, that's nice. What were you wearing? Oh, I like that. That makes me feel real nice. This is getting a little weird, and I'm sorry. I'll be back in a sec with Mike. Thank you for enduring this, whatever this was. Okay, cool. All right, here's the real introduction to the episode. Welcome back from before, everyone.
Hold on.
Yes?
You did not inform me about any fake intro that
Well, no, here's the thing. You were late.
I was about 15, 20 minutes late, yeah.
So
yeah.
I took it upon myself to record just a little quick minute intro by myself to punish you for being late.
What? I'm sorry for what he put
and you will not hear it until this episode goes up next week.
I am very concerned about this. I'm not gonna lie.
You should be. It got weird.
Okay.
So here, in a lighter sense, welcome back to the Weekly Undertaking. Actually,
in proper, my name is Mike, and this is Alex.
Hello. You may know me from that stupid intro that you just heard.
Oh God. Did
yes.
you introduce? Okay. I'll listen to it later.
I'm not telling you anything.
Fair enough.
So this is the newest episode for about another couple days until it's lost to obscurity, and that's nice.
Yes, of course.
But today also, this episode also sparks a very exciting spark.
Spark? Yes,
spark.
Yes, it sparks.
Yes.
It sparks a spark.
You may have noticed last week that we got some fucking awesome illustrations of ourselves.
Hell yeah, we did.
In all of our shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's in OMG, it's in the Weekly Undertaking, and it's in this one. Our YouTube videos have like the cool like us bopping in from the side with the thumbs up.
Yeah, it's dope. Yes. It really is.
And now, in case you're all wondering who the person was that was behind this awesome
who was the magnificent bastard
yes,
that did all this? Yes, of course.
A wonderful person I went to college with, Winston De Jesus, who was gracious enough to accept our commission and work with us and make those beautiful drawings of ourselves. And honestly, we've never looked better.
We really, legitimately, we have not.
Yes.
Winston, you did a great job. Thank you so much.
Thanks, man. Like, you really helped us out. Like, right when we started this podcast, I knew I had to, like, call him at some point.
Right.
So thank you for that, and we're going to plug you at the end, but real quick, hang on.
He's desperately scrolling on his...
I'm going to YouTube because I wrote it down. In the description. Hang on.
This is great.
Hang on, you just heard a little bit of our... okay, you can find his Facebook page at, and then the @ W De Jesus Art. No spaces, all underlined. You could also just look up his name, and you'll probably find his Facebook page where he accepts commissions and such. So you should go check that out because he's a wonderful human being.
Yes, he did a great job. Thank you, Winston.
And did you see our new cover art?
I did see the new cover art.
Oh, you did? Well, I added some flying papers around it.
Oh no, you did not show me this.
Yeah, like this.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I really like that.
So
that's really dope.
That's our new stuff. It looks really nice on Spotify.
Oh, great.
So we look like a real podcast now.
Wow, what is that like?
Well, we're about to find out.
I guess so. So. Whoa. Oh, man.
So why are we here today?
Why are we anywhere today?
That's a great question.
Yes, of course.
I actually just noticed you're wearing the shirt that when we took the pictures to send to him.
Oh,
like, that's the same shirt.
Is this
just
what I wore?
the colors.
Oh, wow. Okay. I have this in red too, so maybe that was
it was this one, and
really?
I told him like red, please.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I guess you're realizing that I have exactly 3 shirts in my wardrobe.
Sorry, I just looked over and I didn't look at your person until just now.
Well, so we are here today because we completed a weekly challenge, as we always do.
Every week.
For
the last 18 weeks.
18. This is episode 18.
Yeah.
Yes, 18 weeks.
Holy crap, dude.
We've been doing this for a while, man.
We're almost to half a year.
Almost. That's That's 26, right?
Yeah, well, it's gonna be 25 for us because we took those 2 weeks off.
Yes, that is. Okay, fine.
So
Yeah.
our 1 year anniversary is gonna be exactly 50. That'll
That
be
is
fun.
pretty cool. That is pretty fun. Yeah. But yes, we completed the challenge. And what was the challenge that we completed this week, Alex?
It was called the Stefan King Challenge.
You pronounced 2/3 of those words incorrectly.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So this week we had to every day write 6 pages, just like the famous author of books such as Ite, The Shinning, Children of the Kern, and I don't know what's other.
Keep going. I want to see how many you know.
Hang on.
There are some famous ones in
No,
there.
I know more.
Yes, you do.
Hang on.
There's Doctor Sleep.
That one I've never heard of.
You've never heard of that one?
No.
It's a sequel to the Shinning.
The Shinning.
The Shinning.
Cool.
There's there's The Green Mile. There's Misery. Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, that's the one.
Was
That's
it-
the
was
other.
Stephen
That's
King?
the other one I knew.
Right. Well, I mean, that one's not really Stephen King-esque, and that is not really a horror one, but it's a good one. But yes, we had to write 6 pages a day, as Stephen King has said repeatedly in interviews that's how he writes books so quickly.
And did you do it?
Not successfully.
Me too.
Oh my god.
But I'm sure I did worse than you in this time.
I'm not entirely convinced of that. I mean, writing 6 pages a day is hard. It's almost like you have to be a
Writer whose job it is to do that.
It's almost like yeah, exactly. It's almost like you have to be a generational prodigy in order to
have
prodigy. That's
have
not
the
the right
time
word
to do that.
Exactly. It is intense. So how successful were you at completing this task?
I'd say I'd average 1 page every 2 days. But where I failed, I succeeded in finding funny loopholes.
What do you mean you found funny loopholes?
I'll get into it later, but now tell me how well you did.
Varied from day to day. So Monday I wrote nothing. Tuesday I wrote 4 pages. Wednesdays I wrote 2 pages. Thursday and Friday I both hit 6 pages. And Saturday I hit 6 pages. But like,
Wow,
man,
dude.
it's tough.
Yeah, you did way better than me.
Well, I mean, it's also like I wasn't writing. I used it as a motivation to finish my homework in advance.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm still being educated. You're beyond that
I'm
part of things.
I'm not beyond education, Michael. I'm
Clearly.
actually below it.
Clearly. So what were your funny loopholes that you found?
Okay, well, I'll go over them one at a time. But on Monday, I wrote this one.
Oh, I
which
hate you
is,
so much.
We never specified a font size.
In 72 font.
Well, actually, it's 200 point,
Holy crap.
and it still only covers 5 pages.
So even with that, you couldn't think up a longer sentence to finish this off.
And it wasn't grammatically correct. I forgot the period. There
Oh
it
my
is.
god.
So,
I am disappointed in you.
That's my first one.
You did terrible. I want you to know that I ended up doing a Mamma Mia marathon with a couple of my friends where we watched Mamma Mia 1 and Mamma Mia 2, Here We Go Again, back to back.
Very nice.
And I was tempted to just go online and type out the lyrics to my favorite ABBA songs.
Did you?
I did not, because I figured
Okay.
that would be cheating, and I didn't want to leave you hanging out to dry.
No, dude. I cheated so much.
I can tell. Yes.
It's like I've been in a little bit of a weekly undertaking slump. These last couple weeks.
Yes, you have.
So I'm hoping to redeem myself.
I mean, it's okay. It's not like you're being lazy about it. You're the one that's editing all the videos. And stuff
I
like
hope
that.
to still be entertaining. That's my only goal coming in every week now. It's just like make them laugh and they'll forgive you.
Probably. All right. So what else did? So what other? That's a pretty funny loophole, actually.
Thank
What
you.
What else did you do with it?
So the challenge was to write 6 pages every day.
Right.
So I did this,
You just wrote the words 6 pages.
and I did that for a whole day.
I hate
I wrote
you
6 pages.
so much.
Here, but let me get actually into one that I sincerely did.
Oh, you actually tried once.
Yeah, here's one I did. This was Tuesday,
Okay.
and I think we have to like kind of address it. The Incineroar in the room. That there was
Yes.
a Super Smash Brothers Final Direct this week, and that was kind of the only thing I was thinking about all week.
And we are huge Nintendo fanatics.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Come December 8th, probably, you're going to see a whole World of Light playthrough on our channel.
Yes.
So you should come
Probably
check
not
that
in
out.
one day. That probably will take longer than one day.
No, I think it'll probably take like 3 or 4 sittings.
Uh-huh.
But we're probably gonna. I hope you have nothing going on because we're playing all day.
Well, that's finals week, so this should be great.
Oh, I don't care.
Fail your damn classes.
This is more important.
There is Captain Falcon to unlock.
It has not even to do with like the oxymorons. It's just I want to play.
Fair enough. Okay. So what did you write?
Tuesday, the announcement came, and I was expecting adventure mode. I didn't know what it was going to be, so
Right.
I wrote up just some cool ideas for like characters teaming up with other characters in like a subspace emissary type way.
Oh my god, you wrote a fan fiction.
I kind of did like re-fanfic it a little bit, but not too much.
I see. So this isn't like scripted or anything like that.
No, it's sort of like ideas of like characters that would be cool to see together on screen.
Okay, that's
I
kinda
thought
nice.
the big one I thought would be like it would be cool if Isabelle from Animal Crossing and Pichu teamed up, and then Isabelle protected Pichu, and then eventually Pichu evolved into Pikachu because of her friendship and protected her.
You thought this through a lot more than
I just
think.
thought that would be cool.
Yeah, I guess. Okay.
And then Luigi and Simon Belmont because they're both ghost hunters.
Didn't Simon Belmont kill Luigi in the trailer?
No, he killed the thing that killed Luigi.
Oh, true that. Okay.
Daisy and the Ice Climbers. I don't know why. I just thought that would be cool.
All right. You thought through a lot of these, and this only came out. Did this come out to 6 pages worth of things?
No, this is 1 page.
Oh my god.
Look, I've been busy.
I can tell.
The last thing I wrote is probably my favorite thing. This
Okay.
is not this, but this is. I won't go too much into this, but this
Right.
is. That's what I wrote because I was just so excited for that. But tell me another thing that you wrote.
Well, actually, okay. So, like I said, a lot of what I did was homework assignments in advance. That a lot of my things were write 2 or 3 pages, and so I would write 2 or 3 assignments a night, and then that would be that.
This was a good undertaking for you.
Yes,
Makes sense because you came up with it.
Fair enough. I did not do it how I expected it to do. I expected myself to, go on writing prompts or something like that and just type out 6 pages.
I was thinking I was going to do that too.
Right, but I tried that one day, and here's the thing about that. It's hard to write ideas. Essentially what ended up happening, because I live a pretty busy life, is that I would stay up to like 2 or 3 in the morning, and just type for 2 hours at a time and just get it done. And it towards the end, it actually became a meditative activity.
That's good.
Yeah. So
that's my experience with actual writing, not what I did this week. Is that once like it's tough to kind of get into it, but once you're like a page or 2 in, it kind of just goes.
No, I mean like I literally did a stream of conscious.
Oh, like you kind of blacked out. And
yeah,
your
and
fingers
just
danced on the keys.
Right, as I just typed out what I was thinking, and that was good because I like to think as a general premise. I think that's a good thing to do. So I just kind of did that, but I wrote it down. It kind of forced me to make my ideas concrete and not wander too far beyond something like that, because I could be thinking about, I don't know, what am I doing with my life, and then I could think about something, and then I could very easily on the drop of a dime switch over to thinking of Smash theories about like what adventure mode is going to be like.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, it kind of forced me to stay on one concrete.
Especially considering you were getting graded.
Well, yes, exactly. Well, I mean, this one wasn't for my homework assignment. This is what I'm saying when I went beyond the homework.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So yeah, that was that. And what else did you write?
That's very nice. Let's see.
You pulled something up that I kind of want to see.
Yeah, no, I'm not getting into that. Well, I might get into that actually.
Okay.
I'm just gonna get rid of the ones that I already showed you.
For the lack of communicate. For the lack of. And I will say that I think the point of this, obviously as we've expressed, writing 6 pages a day is it's very difficult. But I don't think that Stephen King does this so that he can reach a quota of 6 pages a day. Like, I don't think it's 6 pages max.
I think it's more along the lines of the daily accomplishment, where it's like it's a lot easier to just do that every day than to just like try to write like a bunch in like one sitting or something. Like, it kind of gives you a chance to walk away and think about what you've written and make changes later.
Well, it's that, but it's also like it's a way of avoiding writer's block.
That's true.
If you sit down and just say, okay, I don't care what I write,
Just
I
gotta
just
write.
need to write 6 crappy pages. Eventually, you're going to uncover an idea of like, ooh, that's worth exploring, and then you write more than 6 pages.
I like the way you think, Mike.
Okay, and so what else did you did you find what you wanted to pull up?
Well, yeah. Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't write anything Wednesday because that's bowling night, of course.
And bowling takes precedence.
Yeah.
Of course, absolutely.
But I took the liberty to find something I've written in the past that's about you and I, actually.
Oh, really?
And I did this for an assignment my senior year of college, so not too
Oh,
long
right.
ago.
Yes.
I don't think I told. No, I didn't. This is not what you're thinking of.
It's not?
It's not Argyle.
Okay.
It's a short story that I wrote called "The Rock is the Hard Place: An Unbreakable Friendship."
Thank God for thank you for putting that at the end. No, that's very sweet.
So, this is the story about remember that time when we were kids and we tried to sell pet rocks on our street.
Yes, I do remember that. And no one bought anything for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Why wouldn't you want to buy rocks from toddlers?
But I remember we weren't toddlers. We were like probably 10.
It's still pretty young.
We were young. We were old enough to make a flyer on Microsoft Word and print it and walk around the block pinning them up.
Right, and then
With
they were
tape, I mind you.
Yeah, of course.
And they all flew away.
very shortly after we hung them up.
But I just remember this whole like story is we went all the way through the childhood best friends cliches together, made home movies, sleepovers, movie marathons, Homer contests. I don't even remember like what this story is about, but I remember the ending is like we just got bored eventually and started breaking all the rocks open with hammers.
Yes, we did, and we found one that was just beautiful inside, and so we decided like, oh my God, is this what all rocks are like inside? And then we just became destructive young boys.
And, well, there was one rock we couldn't break.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You remember that one?
I remember that there was a rock we couldn't break.
Yes.
I don't remember anything beyond that.
I kept it for a very, very long time.
Uh-huh.
And eventually I said, I'm going to try and break this again. And I literally hit it once and it split, of course.
What did you hit it with?
Just a hammer.
You can't.
Like,
you gotta
bang.
be. Do you lift? Are you working out?
I think I'm just secretly strong.
I guess so, man.
But don't tell anyone.
Could have fooled me. Yeah, of
It's a
course.
secret.
Because then you gotta like worry about like carrying boxes upstairs.
No, I
and
do that
things
anyway.
like that. Oh, God, that's the worst.
But then I gave it a like a cheesy ending, which I don't actually know is true. Like I gave you half, and now we both. It's a representation of our friendship that's unbreakable, unlike The Rock.
You did not give me half.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You
I
definitely
I think
did
I
not.
just threw it out.
Yeah.
But it was like it had to be like a cute childhood story. Mm-hmm. So I ended off with that.
So was that like for a creative writing class? Or
No,
something?
that was for. What was that for? That was for a collage class, actually.
A collage class.
It was one of our final assignments, and we had to dig deep into our memories and write a few stories. I didn't actually end up using this one for the final project. I had to write like 3 or 4. Mm-hmm. And we had to then make a collage with our writings, like write. It's basically like a Word doc, like with like pictures and stuff. The one I ended up doing was that story I told a few weeks ago about the way I decided to become a graphic designer. Is like when I made that shitty menu when I was a kid.
Right.
And I the whole assignment, I wrote the story and then did it in Microsoft Word. I just put like clip art everywhere and made like horrible color choices and used Comic Sans. And everyone hated it. But my teacher, well, like in a funny way.
Oh, okay,
My
gotcha.
professor fucking like cried when she saw it.
Right, because I mean, how old were you when you made that?
I was 14.
Oh, okay. Well, it's still pretty young comparatively. Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
But I wanted to share that with you because I didn't have a lot to show, but I found that and that made me, and I just remembered I never showed it to you.
And listen, I give you props for doing it. Listen, that was only 2 pages, but so you had 4 more pages to write. But I give it to you.
I tried.
It was, but no, that's a cute story. I had completely forgotten about that actually until you had brought that up.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm sure you remember things about like our childhood that I just completely forgot.
I remember that I bit you once.
I don't remember that at all.
I was young and I don't know. I was frustrated about something and I just freaking bit you. That I
really
remember.
funny.
But that's it. Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, that was good. But anyway, so we do have experience writing things. I was an English major in college. you actually are a published author.
Oh well, don't sell me too far. Self-published. It's actually right over there.
It is a published book. You wrote. You want to tell other people about
grab
the
it.
book?
It's on the top. It's like that
Yes,
collection
yeah.
of books. It's on the top.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. I'm holding it up to you like that. You can see it.
It's almost like it's too bad it's a podcast and they can't
Yeah,
see
it's
the
not
book.
a video.
Yeah.
But it's a book called Argyle.
Mm-hmm.
It was my senior project, and it was all I did for an entire year.
Right.
And it's 287 pages.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, I think I must have written like I wrote a chapter a week, and each chapter is probably around 30 pages.
So what?
Excuse me.
That's pretty intense. Like that's almost 6 pages a day then.
Actually it probably was. But it turned out great, and one of my great uncle, who's like such a huge like book reader, my sister and him get along very well because my sister's a huge book reader, and I never really was. But then I wrote a book, and he like the next time I saw him after he like got it, he was just so happy, and that was like, wow, this is the reason I wrote the book, just to like really like communicate who I am with like not even just everyone, just with my family.
Right. So I mean, like it was a good book for everybody. I mean, I think that I thoroughly enjoyed it. At least I have an autographed copy at home. That's
Thank you.
which is pretty dope. But that's awesome. Do you want to talk about what it's about? What was your writing process actually like? Did you have an organized writing process?
Well, here's the thing. I started out with a rough outline of the whole story, and the whole story is about two friends, Mike and myself.
Well, but it's come on, Alex. My name isn't Mike. I told you not to make my name Mike in the book.
I didn't.
You didn't. Okay, good.
I renamed us in the book to Tucker and Felix.
You showed.
I remember we had a whole like naming sesh.
We did actually.
Because like I knew I was gonna be Felix, but we had no idea what your name was gonna be.
Right.
And like I had to go back, like I was halfway done with the book, and I had to go back and rename every single mention of your name.
Right, because you just used Mike in the beginning, right?
Yeah, just because like I didn't even want to think about it.
And that just shatters the illusion a little bit.
Yeah, but basically the whole thing is like Felix builds like this this motorized shopping cart,
which we also actually
we
built.
also actually built it. Oh, you best believe we're putting pics up on the Oxymorons Instagram to show
of
to
the
show
Argyle?
Yeah, because that thing was awesome. If anything else, that was a lot of fun.
That was.
And basically they just they go out in search of adventure in their suburban quiet town and fail to really find anything.
Wow, how could you possibly come up with a story like that?
It was sort of like real life.
Almost.
It was like the adventure I'd always wanted to have with you.
But that we never actually did.
Yes, but the whole book is it's a lot of writing, but then it's also like a lot of illustrations like mixed into the writing. It's like a literal graphic novel.
That's very true, actually, because I mean it's not a comic book, of course, but yeah,
No.
You're right. It's
like I can't find any other way to describe it. It was like there's graphics and there's writing,
and it is a novel.
It's not like a graphic novel, but it's a novel that is graphic.
Right, of course.
But that's what I did, and this actually is for sale, and I will make money if you buy a copy. So just putting that out there. It's honestly still not done. There's still a few like grammatical issues. Like I remember. I spelled intention wrong in like chapter 5, and it's still driving me crazy. But every time I need to fix something, I have to buy another copy to have it. So it's like,
At some point, where do you just like let it go?
yeah, I have to read the whole thing and like fix it. Like, but if you want like a not perfect copy, you can buy it.
Well, the thing is that there's never a perfect copy of a book.
Yeah, I know.
Like
but
even when you go through a billion edits, I think I've referenced him before, but I watch a lot of the John Green YouTube videos.
Oh,
and
yeah,
when he released, I think it was when he released the book Turtles All the Way Down.
What?
Yeah, it's a weird title. I haven't actually read it. But he made a video about like how he found a misspelled word on page 382 of the book, and how he just had to kind of let it go. I've experienced this too on a minor level with like my English papers and stuff like that. The quickest way to find mistakes in your writing is to submit it for a grade.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Well, because like that's also like a thing that sucks. Like no one actually read this who was grading me.
Right.
Like they looked at my display and the shopping cart and the illustrations, and no one actually took the time to read the book because it was on display for a week,
I'm
and I had one
surprised.
copy. Yeah, no one read it. Well, none of my professors read it.
That's what I'm surprised about.
I gave a copy to my to the professor I worked on it for, and I'm sure she's read it since. But like in between getting like my final grades, no one had read it beforehand.
Right.
Just myself, and I gave like a few chapters to you to look over, and you kindly did that for me.
And I've read the book like 2 or 3 times at this point. It's a fun read. It really is.
Well, thank you. And I want to have my sister reread it because she is I suck with grammar. I at least want the grammar to be right.
Well, I mean, at some point, at some point, grammar is secondary. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It
Like
just-
you can't beat yourself up too much about that.
It still itches me though.
I know. I can
So
understand
if you
that.
want to read it, and if you find any grammatical issues, you can let me know. That'd mean a lot.
Yeah, the internet is pretty brutal when it comes to that. Kind
Oh
of thing.
yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I'll leave the link in the description if anyone actually is interested.
Who knows? You might actually make money off of this
Yeah,
podcast.
I've made like a collection of like $40. I think I've sold like 20 books, and I get $2 every book. So
That's pretty dope, man.
that's pretty cool.
Is it available on Amazon?
No,
Oh,
it's available on this obscure website called Blurb, where
Blurb.
you can self-publish your own books.
Oh, that's actually pretty dope.
It is really cool.
Yeah.
If you ever want to write a book, I can help you publish it through that.
Nice. You know what? Might as well. You know, I'm already going for the 6 pages a day thing.
I remember when we were kids, actually, and you said that you were writing a book at one point, and you asked me to do an illustration for it.
I did,
And
yes.
I never did.
Yeah, yeah, and
Because I'm not an illustrator.
Damn it, Alex! You're the reason that book was never published. What the hell?
Yes, I'm sure it was my problem.
it really was. Yeah,
But I think
forget
it would...
yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
We have that thing where we just talk at the exact same time. Too many. It happens too often.
It
and
really
I feel
does.
bad about it. But like seriously, like because Argyle, like you were definitely involved, but like it was definitely more just like kind of my thing.
Oh, it was your project.
We
Entirely.
should do like a big project like that together at some point, because I know we're doing the Icy Morons, and that's a bunch of little projects. But like even if it's like video or something, we should do something big at some point.
Yeah, it will be fun.
I know we have a lot going on, and we can barely do this at this point.
Exactly. Hell, we could barely find the time to write 6 pages a day without you without.
I
cheats.
didn't.
You clearly did. Even with the cheats, you
Yeah.
barely made it to 5. That's the funniest thing.
Oh god.
But yeah, no, I've always wanted to write a book. It's just a matter of getting the ideas going. That
Yeah.
I don't have that. I don't know.
Well, I will help you with that because I have too many ideas,
Fair enough. Fair
and I
enough.
don't act on any of them.
Yeah, I gotcha. Oh man. So like, what was your? Did you touch on what your writing process was, or was it just?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My writing process.
Yes.
So I planned out the entire book from the beginning, of course.
Okay.
Because I didn't want it to be one of those books where it's like I have no idea what's going to happen. Because I know that's how some people write, where it's like the book writes itself once you like develop the characters and you write what they would do in the situation, and that carries the plot.
Right.
But I kind of wanted to, because I knew I wanted the characters to just kind of be like us, just like not directly us. So I wanted to kind of just like lay out a chapter for chapter setting, and I knew I wanted the first half to be like episodic and the second half to be sort of like serialized, where each chapter like had direct consequences to the next, while the first few were like just the adventures of Alex and Mike, or
Right.
Felix and Tucker. So that was my base idea, and then in the beginning the book was way more like we're fighting monsters and like fighting and meeting wizards.
Fighting the scat wizard.
Yeah, and eventually that turned into everything being fake. Like it was like a dude like pretending to be a wizard who casts spells while saying scats, and it was just like lame like production effects.
Well, I mean, the hipster pirates were real.
That's true. That was our first real threat.
Yeah,
and
true.
like as soon as I came up with that name, I was like, well, yeah, they have to be there.
We have to do it.
And Lady Death stayed in there too.
That was a good chapter.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That
No,
was
you
a lot
had
of
some.
fun.
You had some really good moments in there.
That was kind of just me coping with a recent breakup at the time.
Right. I kind of figured it was, but I never really confronted you about that. But yeah, no, I mean, and that's also another thing. that I noticed part in my stream of conscious meditations that I did for this week is that writing is a really good way to work through things that are happening.
Yeah, dude, I've written letters to like my exes and just like of course I haven't sent them. I have written them to help me cope with what I was feeling.
Right.
Like and to kind of like see what I did wrong to like kind of like force like things to stop going well. And let me reiterate here, writing letters to your exes is a good idea. Sending them is when it becomes sort of terrible.
I'm telling you right now, there is a romantic comedy waiting to happen in which someone discovers the letters. Oh, you wrote this to you wrote this to Katie. I just sent it for you. No,
Dude,
no problem.
That's such a cliche idea. I'm sure it already exists.
No, you know what? Actually, shoot, what was the one that was released on Netflix earlier this year? To all the boys I've loved before, something like that.
What was that? Sort of that.
It was like that. Like she wrote the letters to her crushes and never intended them to be sent out, and then everybody gets sent out.
Yep.
Something like that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Go watch that if you want to see the dire consequences. And if she ends up with like someone at the end, don't take that as like that will happen to you.
Of course it does, though, because it's a romantic comedy.
Yeah. Don't do it. Don't.
It's probably a bad idea.
Do it.
We officially unadvised by the
yeah. If you do it, you're on your own. Like we're not helping you out here.
We can't.
If you point people to this episode, they're gonna hear us reiterating over and over again how terrible of an idea it is to actually send letters to your exes.
Just warning and flashing neon lights. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man. But you know what? You're right though. It is a good way to get your feelings down. You know.
Yeah.
Even if you just burn the letters afterwards, like to avoid.
Throw them in the fire.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, honestly, that might
not be a bad idea.
Better. You actually just reminded me. When I was younger, I used to do a lot of like fire pits with friends.
Oh yeah, those are awesome.
Like one time, I just like took a bunch of blank pieces of paper and put it in an envelope, and I wrote "for fire" on it, sealed it shut, and just in the middle of the fire pit, I'm like, "Oh, that reminds me," and I just like threw it in the fire, and everyone was like, "What was that?" And I was like, "Nothing," and I just kind of let the mystery begin. So if you ever want to like kind of give your friends cause for concern, just like plain envelope, bunch of blank paper inside, write "for fire," just throw it in. Don't say anything.
When I was in high school, there was this moment in which I think it was at the conclusion of junior year, which I think that the junior year of high school is the most stressful. Would you agree with that?
Senior year was my most stressful, mainly because I really didn't care about life, or well, not life, but like stuff in general until I became a senior in high school.
Okay. Well, for me, junior year was the toughest. And for a lot of my friends, junior year was the toughest. And so at the conclusion of junior year, one of our friends reached out to everybody, and we had like one of those fire pit parties where everybody sat around a fire pit and we were just talking and stuff like that. And what we did was, what she thought would be fun is that
burned all your notes.
We would burn all our notes.
Yeah.
Except that's what it started out with. Except then it turned out to be everybody would tear out the little pages and just crumple it and be like, "This one's from Mr. Smith, who gave me an F on his," like, and then we would just start pelting that. It turned into like a cultish moment, like angsty teenager moment of just burning everything in sight.
I think you've once told me the former part of that story.
Really?
With leaving out the cultish details.
It was pretty bad. I mean, no one got hurt, thank God.
Well, yeah, but that just sounds hilarious.
Looking back on it, it honestly was, because there was a moment in which the fire went out because we were pelting them with so many balls of paper.
Dude, that's a sitcom waiting to happen. Like that event, someone sees it, takes a photograph, and then in the news, Colton Town, what?
Teenage cult has
emerged.
Has arisen. Is your teen sending these messages?
Praying to fire.
Yeah, of course. Oh man. What is it? LOL means love of Lucifer. Oh man.
Okay, well, I mean, I still got a few little fun things to show, and then we'll do pick and bucket.
Oh, you mean more writing?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Well, more loopholes.
Loophole.
Well,
okay,
this is my last loophole. This was on Thursday. After the final Smash Direct, my inner thoughts looked like this, and then it's just for 6 pages.
Did you actually hit 6 pages this time?
Hang on, let's count. 1, 2, 3. Actually, you know what? I could just 6 pages. Yep,
6 pages. Okay, I'm impressed. All right, so you hit it at least. Actually, no, that's 5.5 pages.
Shut up.
You did not go to the end of that page.
I've made it to the 6th page.
That doesn't count.
I think it counts even less when you consider that I just copied and pasted. I didn't even type out all the H's.
You couldn't be bothered to hold down the A button.
Like, on a Mac, you can't hold down the A.
Why
You have
not?
to press it repeatedly. Because when you press the A, it'll come up and it'll give you the options of, like, all the cool other A's with, like, the ellipses and such. Ellipses.
Oh, that's dumb.
Ellipses.
What's the point of the keys? See, I like the... what is it with these new computers? I like the computers in which you can fall asleep on class and then wake up to find 4 pages of D's on your notes. So what else did
Pages
you...
of D's on my notes. Oh, yeah, this is, like, the actual thing that I genuinely wrote.
You wrote something?
Yeah, I printed this one out. This is just me going on a tangent. I'll read the first little paragraph, just tell you what it's about.
Right.
I had some stupid, terrible luck with these last 2 weeks in regard to the weekly undertaking. The 2 most previous challenges have proven to be rather difficult for me to complete. The sad part is that if the order of these 2 undertakings were swapped, I would have little to no issue completing them both. Because here's the thing, this is a writing thing. Last week, or 2 weeks ago at this point, all I did was render weekly undertaking videos with just like nothing to do.
Oh.
And it was the most mundane week.
You're totally right.
And if I had the writing challenge,
you could have just
I could have just written all day.
And so what was the problem this week?
I had a lot of shit going on.
Okay.
I don't want to get into it, but Monday especially was probably one of the toughest days I've had in quite a long time.
Sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you about it later, but I don't want to go into it.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
So is it just a 6-page rant about how much...
No, it's a 1-page rant.
Jeez, Alex.
Dude, this was not... Okay, look.
You wrote a book.
You completed 6 hours of Pokemon.
I did. That's a valid point. You raise a good point.
It's not like you haven't been bringing your A game for the last 18 weeks.
You raise a fair point. Not bad. The thing is, I legitimately tried with the Pokemon challenge. I just couldn't sit still for more than like 4 hours at a time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bringing back old wounds.
Yeah, that is. Yeah,
I think
definitely.
it's just let's just go to the pick and bucket.
We tried our best, and that's what matters here.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
all right.
This was fun.
This was fun.
I want this episode to be over.
All right.
I'll do better next week.
Oh, okay. Of course.
All right.
So I picked last week.
Yeah, I'm going to pick this week. There's a 50% chance that this is going to be a really fun week. There's a 50% chance that this week's going to fucking suck.
I forget the challenges that are left in this bucket. Let's see. All right. Pull it. What is it?
Okay.
It's a fun one?
Yes.
It's a fun week. Okay,
It's
great.
gonna be fun.
Fine.
Mike, it's gonna be so fun.
I'm very excited.
And I'm actually very interested. It's called Expansive Gamer.
What?
It's what we did with the books and what we did with the music, but with video games. We each recommend a video game for the other to play.
Ooh, okay.
For this week and to get through. And I actually have a recommendation ready for you. I don't know if you have one for me, and if you don't, that's fine.
I would have to think about it, so you go first.
This one, I've been thinking about it for a long time, and I think, from what I hear that you like in games, that I think this would be a huge change for you. Because this is like a super, like, chill game that everyone loves.
Okay.
And I love it, too. It recently became available on mobile, so you have no excuse not to play it. Even if you want to buy it on mobile, you can do that.
You don't know that for a fact. I'll find some excuse.
It's on literally every platform.
Okay.
And it's called Stardew Valley.
I've never heard of this in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, this thing exploded. It's an indie darling.
Okay.
It was made by one dude. And he is still updating it to this day. It's based a lot on Harvest Moon, but it's
also don't know what that is.
that's a farming game.
Oh.
This is like, the story is you move into town and you're the grandson of or daughter of one of the farmers who just died. And you inherit this giant farm. And you should start a farm, and there's a town next door, and there are a bunch of townsfolk who you come to love. You can get married, find like relationships.
That's cute.
You can go into mines and fight monsters and dig. There's basically, it's.
So is it like Animal Crossing or?
Yeah, I've actually never played an Animal Crossing game.
Okay.
So I can't say yes, but yeah.
Okay.
I think it's pretty cheap on all platforms, like $6 on mobile, 15 on Steam.
I can't say yes, but yes.
So it's like the most relaxing, therapeutic experience you got. You're gonna find like yourself making friends in the game to a point where it becomes sad.
Okay.
And there's like a meme in the Stardew Valley community where everyone like kind of just like after playing this game wants to like leave their life and become farmers, until you
Okay.
realize how that is genuinely very difficult to do.
Oh, right, of course.
So that's what I'm going to tell you to play this week.
Okay.
You can play it. You'll probably like, I don't know, depend like because you're a busy gentleman.
I am a busy gentleman.
but if
how
all
many hours does this game take to play through? Like, is
Well,
it-
I mean, it's one of those games where you can play for as long as you want.
Oh, that's
like
good.
it's
Okay.
like it's a yearly cycle, so you go through the 4 seasons, and you get like the final ending, I think, after the second year finishes.
Okay.
But I think I've only ever played as far as like the whole year.
Okay.
But it's a very fun game, and I think if all goes according to plan, you're going to be obsessed with it by next week.
I hope that's the case, because I do need that.
As is like 95% of people who play this game.
Okay. All right. Dope.
Yeah. So, and then you just tell me what you want me to play whenever you think of it.
See, here's the thing. I do have a lot of games that I want you to play. It's just a matter of a couple of these we have planned for.
Yeah,
OMG.
before we started OMG, I was gonna suggest that I play Undertale.
Right.
But I want to play that on OMG with
Right,
you, blind.
Right, because that also has a great community for it, and it's a beautiful game. So I don't want you to play that one.
Yeah, yeah.
I might suggest Danganronpa because that's a fun, or maybe Ace Attorney or something like that. Because those are two.
I have actually never played an Ace Attorney game. So.
You would. I don't know if you would like it, but I love it. So that could be fun.
Well, that's the idea here, expansive gamer.
Exactly.
I picked one in a genre that I didn't think you would ever touch on your own.
I definitely would never have.
So
Absolutely
I
not.
want to see how you would think about it.
Yeah. So I will think about it. I'm gonna have you play either Ace Attorney or Danganronpa, but I don't know which one
Well,
yet.
think about it. Get it to me by tomorrow, because I have off tomorrow, and I really want to like do that.
Play a video game.
Yeah.
Of course. Okay.
So
All right. So
that's it.
that's what we'll do then. So I guess anything else that you want to say about anything?
No, we're done.
All right.
Do
Great.
the outro, man.
All right. Big thank you to both Winston and Adam. Winston De Jesus and Adam Rudy for their respective help with creating the
Yes.
artwork for this podcast.
Yes, the two wonderful artists. Adam, of course, did the music. Winston, of course, did the illustrations. I did a little bit of the logo stuff. So thank you to me.
Good job, Alex.
Thanks, Mike.
Keep patting yourself
Look,
on the back.
every week we thank these wonderful people, and I just want to be brought attention to at least once.
You are very you are very
So,
appreciated as
but
well.
seriously,
If you like any of the artwork or music that you hear on this hear or see on this podcast, please give follow, give a like, give a whatever you want, give a subscribe to Winston, Adam, and or Alex
and us.
and us.
We
for
have
that
social
matter.
media too.
Yes.
Actually, everything we just talked about is in the description. That's
Yes.
right. It's all going down there now. Mm-hmm. So have fun scrolling through that.
And if you have a suggestion for undertakings for us to undertake,
You know how to contact us. Social medias and email.
and email
It's all available to you. You can find it so easily.
in the description. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. Until next week, don't forget to challenge yourself
Kick some ass.
and
And try something new.
try something. If kicking ass is something new,
Then try it.
that kills two birds with one stone.
Yeah, have fun, everybody.
Thank you
We'll
so
talk
much.
to you next week.
Goodbye.
Okay. Goodbye.